Does Roadcraft actually deliver something worth playing, or is it just a muddy mess with pretty trucks? In Roadcraft, the goal is no longer just delivering supplies through mud and snow. Now, it's about fixing up the world enough that trucks can actually drive through it. You'll find yourself placing bridges, laying roads, restoring electricity, and even handling underground pipelines. Think of it like SnowRunner, but now you get to build the infrastructure instead of just surviving the terrain. That's a major shift, and honestly, it gives the game a sense of progress that SnowRunner never really had. You start with basic recovery tasks and eventually move on to full-on construction projects. Whether you're laying down asphalt with a paver, using a bulldozer to flatten terrain, or setting up a convoy of AI-controlled trucks to automate the job, there's always something to do. There's a lot more variety in the vehicle lineup this time around. You're not stuck with a few off-road monsters. Now you've got cranes, dump trucks, bulldozers, road rollers, and even cable-laying machines. Over 40 vehicles are available at launch, and more are likely coming as DLC. That means you're not just focused on traversal, you're in full control of rebuilding. But here's the twist, it's not just about you behind the wheel. With the new AI driving system, you can assign trucks to tasks, set the route, choose the job, and your digital workforce will do the rest. It's a smart move that lets you manage large-scale operations without micromanaging every wheel spin. Still, the pathfinding AI isn't perfect. Expect a bit of trial and error when plotting routes, especially on cluttered terrain. The demo featured 3 different maps, and 2 of them showcased the new building mechanics. Bridges were crafted using scavenged materials, roads were laid using multi-step processes, and in each case, the map felt alive and in desperate need of repair. The environments are bigger than ever. Each one clocks in at around 4 kilowatt-hours, matching the largest areas from SnowRunner. But this time, the maps are more densely packed with debris, destruction, and visual storytelling. While there are no NPCs or moving vehicles aside from your own fleet, the maps still give off a strong sense of disaster aftermath. You're not just passing through, you're fixing everything from the ground up. Let's talk realism, and this is where things get a little rough. First off, there's no visible driver in the cockpit. You're driving ghost vehicles in a ghost town. It feels off, especially in a game that's trying to be so grounded and immersive. And then there's the gearbox situation. Unlike SnowRunner, you don't get much control here. It's just gas, brake, 4-wheel drive, and a basic downshift. No complex gearbox options, no fuel consumption mechanic yet, and a noticeable downgrade in vehicle realism. On top of that, the mud physics feel simplified. One of the standout features in previous off-road sims was how terrain reacted differently based on your vehicle type, weight, and tires. Here, it feels like everything has the same mud resistance. The Scouts and the Cranes both behave similarly on soft ground. That takes away from the strategy. And the winch, technically, it exists, but in practice, it's barely useful. You can use it to trigger objectives or pull gates open, but don't expect to winch yourself out of deep mud or flip an overturned truck. When your vehicle tips, your best option is evacuation. That's not exactly satisfying. If you're playing on a strong PC, Roadcraft looks great. The lighting, texture quality, and terrain deformation are all top tier. Sand behaves like real sand. Water flows and shifts as you shape the land. Even the simple act of paving a road becomes visually satisfying. That being said, some graphical effects still feel underbaked. The lack of vehicle damage, aside from engine flooding, is a big miss, and missing fuel gauges or cockpit animations hurt immersion. Still, as a visual step up from SnowRunner, it delivers, and thankfully, the demo ran well. No major bugs, no crashes. Just a few AI hiccups when sending trucks out on autopilot. Roadcraft earns back some serious points. You can shape the landscape, flatten hills, fill in lakes, or create makeshift paths to reroute traffic. It's not just cosmetic. It changes how you approach every mission. You're not just driving past scenery anymore. You're scavenging trees, scrap metal, and junk to recycle and use in construction. Fans of heavy equipment rejoice. Tracked bulldozers and cranes make a comeback. They handle well, though their full potential wasn't explored in the demo. Pine Rooter? Yes, those small but irritating tree roots that used to stop you dead? Not anymore. You finally get your revenge. Up to 4 players can team up in co-op, though the demo only gave a taste of this. If the final game allows players to divide responsibilities, like one player paving roads while another scavenges materials, it could be a blast. For now, it's wait and see. So, is Roadcraft worth playing based on demo? Yes, if you're into strategic gameplay and infrastructure building. You're getting a game that finally lets you shape the world, not just suffer through it. The sense of progress is more tangible, and the tools available give you more control than ever. AI, automation, and terraforming push this beyond just another truck sim. But there are trade-offs. Realism fans may miss detailed gearboxes, proper mud physics, and vehicle damage. The missing cockpit driver and simplified winch logic can break immersion, and some systems still need polish. Roadcraft feels like the future of off-road sims. It's not perfect, but it's bold. It gives you the power to rebuild rather than just survive, and that changes everything. But before jumping in, just be cautious. If you're expecting SnowRunner 2.0 with deeper realism, this might not scratch that itch. However, if you're ready for a more creative, sandbox-style experience, Roadcraft offers something fresh. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this review or found it helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you won't miss any future gaming reviews. Drop your thoughts on Roadcraft in the comments below. Is it worth playing for you? Catch you in the next video.